Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is Friday Night Smackdown. We didn't even have to move. We're still in Chicago. It's been a great day. Had a nice peaceful time and all's well that ends well. But we're here for Smackdown. There's Ted DiBiase, him and of course Randy Orton will be starting things off in this little tag team tournament we have. Nevertheless, as he comes towards the ring, unable to make his mind up how he wants to walk down to the ring, I am your host, living legend, Lars Crisco, joined as always by JDL, John Dave Layfield.
And we're fighting on Friday nights at Frisco.
Indeed we are. What is, yeah. Let me try English again. DiBiase and Orton are going to take on a newly formed team for this tournament in Raven. We haven't seen him in a while. Oh. And Luke Harper.
Interesting.
There you go. There's a team. And don't forget, next week the incredible team of Rhino and RVD will have their crack at this tournament.
My God, that will be the greatest team of all time.
They'll be taking on Enzo and Cass next week. So it could really go either way.
Yes, it could.
Orton coming down towards the ring, looking to the Evolution win here. They're looking to join the Revival and the Revolution. We're, of course, going into that fatal four-way 2 weeks from now will be James Storm and I believe it was Scott Dawson who picked up the pin for them. So, of course, as I forgot to state last week and I'll state this week, whoever gets the pinfall is the one who goes into the fatal four-way, and that is where Kyle O'Reilly's new method of charge after taking over Evolution 2 weeks ago has come into play. He has said DiBiase can do whatever he wants in that ring. He can control the match. He can basically do all of the match, but make sure Orton gets the pin, because Orton has the best chance of winning that match. I think that's a smart tactic.
It's a smart tactic, but one has to wonder if it starts to cause friction too. I mean, maybe DiBiase takes a little bit of offense to it that he's not allowed to pick up the victory in this match. But
then again, it's a chance for Ted DiBiase to loom. You know, he's in the ring with a Triple Crown champion, held 2 tag team titles. He knows Orton knows what he's doing in that ring, and he can learn with Orton. And I think Orton in that match is the best bet, because then he can obviously probably be the favorite going into it.
Yeah, one would believe so. But
Let's see what's going to happen.
Here comes one of the members of this team. This is a very interesting team to think about. We have teams that we could have put into this tournament, you know, but it's weird to see new teams being made, and maybe I'm making assumptions here. This is very early on, of course. Maybe this is Raven's attempt at a new flock. We've seen his flock on numerous occasions fail, but maybe this is his attempt at a new flock. Or maybe this time around he's not going to go with the flock, because maybe he realizes that the flock has failed many times. So maybe he's just gonna have just him and Harper. Maybe that's the focus this time around.
I mean, Harper's someone you could definitely work with.
He
may be somewhat deluded in the mind, but in the ring he is brute force that you have to worry about.
That is very true.
I mean, this tag team tournament could turn these two around as well. Raven we haven't seen in nearly a year, and the last time I think we saw Harper, he got destroyed at the hands of Dean Malenko.
Yes.
By the way, before Luke Harper comes out, who is Smackdown sponsored by?
Smackdown tonight is sponsored by Oreos. Now, gotta have that black cookies with the white filling inside.
Mmm. And also tonight sponsored by Beverage. Have one.
we got the sponsorship for Oreos, but not the sponsorship for Beverage in time.
Right, Luke Harper coming towards the ring. Who are you going with? Who do you take?
I think I have to go with Evolution, but because they have the experience and Orton definitely, you'd don't have to argue is probably the better one of the 4 in this match, but I would not be surprised to see Raven and Harper pull it off.
I mean, the way you look at it, in this ring, you have 2 former tag team champions. You got Orton on one end, Harper on the other.
This is true.
Both guys have held tag team titles twice. Both guys have held singles titles. You know, the only one to not hold a title in this ring is Raven.
Which also kind of plays to, you know, Evolution having the advantage there too. You know, DiBiase has, you know, if you compare Orton and Harper to each other and said they're pretty similar there, then you compare the other two to each other, and DiBiase has the better record in this universe than Raven does.
Exactly. I mean, here we go. We've got two-time television champion in DiBiase and someone who has a terrible record in Raven.
Yeah.
How bad is his record?
Well, I was just pulling it up here. Thanks to Becky Lynch, who's finally back at our table this week. She gave me the information here over, and Raven is 3-17-1 in this universe. So that's not really good.
No,
it's not the worst, but it's definitely
poor.
not that great.
No, I mean let's compare everyone else. Randy Orton, I believe, has had the most matches on SmackDown. Is it?
Well, if we want to, we can go for. Let's go for Raven's partner first, Luke Harper, who's 27-37. So, you know, not terrial. Pretty decent.
Good in this universe.
Yeah, pretty decent for this universe. We've got Ted DiBiase, Ted DiBiase Jr., who actually has a winning record in this universe. He's actually 21-19.
That's a good record.
And then we've got Randy Orton, who is 59-52.
That's a good record.
Yes,
that's a very good record.
And Randy Orton is actually 33-33 here on SmackDown, so he's looking to break back into the winning side of things.
66 wins, 66 matches even on SmackDown. Yeah. Is that the most?
Yeah, that is the most on SmackDown, I believe.
There we go. And Harper just hit a lovely wheelbarrow German suplex.
Well, not only that, but Randy Orton actually has the third most matches all time in this universe.
Oof. That's a good record. You can tell. And I think, you know, with someone of the experience of Orton, I would say, even though O'Reilly's lesser experienced, it seems if he knows what he's doing more as like a businessman or a leader even, Orton can really help out DiBiase or even maybe a newer member, because Batista's allegiances, as we've seen over these last few weeks, are tested, to say the least. He's appeared once. Yeah,
he really hasn't. He really hasn't been doing much here on SmackDown over recently. Like he hasn't really been around.
So if Batista isn't to come over to season 4, there could be a new talent brought into Evolution. 2 new talents even. And if there's anyone you want to learn from, I would argue Randy Orton's probably the go-to guy on SmackDown.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, or for all we know, they could just decide to go with just the 3 of them. I mean, you know, if DiBiase and Orton can end up getting a tag title shot and then winning the tag titles, and then O'Reilly gets himself, you know, into the title picture, either going after Bobby Roode or Bobby Fish. I mean, that's dominance right there. You wouldn't have to necessarily worry about having a 4th member.
There we go, but I'm going to take a quick moment away from this matchup to talk about the match card for tonight. After this, we get a rematch from the Intercontinental Championship Tournament as Bobby Roode goes up against Roman Reigns. Of course, Bobby Roode looking to take on Pentagon Jr. in just over 2 weeks from now at No Way Out, with an interesting stipulation added to this matchup. If Roode wins, he picks the match type. If Roode loses, Pentagon Jr. picks the match type.
Well, that's interesting. See how he's going up against Reigns instead of Pentagon or something.
Well, I mean, the last time these two squared off, it was Pentagon Jr. who helped Bobby Roode get that win, because I think otherwise Roman Reigns would have lost. Yeah, meanwhile, big apron DDT, vintage Orton connecting there. And then we're gonna have to quickly do this one. We got 2 big matches coming up after that. We saw the Fatal 4-Way last week where Dean Malenko was eliminated, and now we're down to 3. Jake Roberts, Kyle O'Reilly, and Samoa Joe in a triple threat match. The person pinned in that match will be eliminated. RKO by Orton. Meanwhile, this match could come to an end. Oh, DiBiase's missed the clothesline.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dear, he's not happy about that. Throwing Raven out of the ring in anger. Oh, bye-bye. But there you go. We got them.
I don't know necessarily if DiBiase missed it or if Raven actually, saw it coming and ducked under it. It was kind of hard to tell from that angle there.
Could go either way. I don't know. It was whatever it was. That could have been the end of the match. And Harper's trying to get back up to his feet now, struggling though in the ring against Orton, as you would expect. So I just explained that triple threat match. Loser of that match is pinned, and then next week we have the one-on-one contest between 2 members, with of course the winner taking on Bobby Fish at No Way Out. And for our main event, speaking of Bobby Fish, Paul Heyman has hired new muscle to protect that man, as Ted DiBiase locks in the $1 Million Dream. Like father, like son, trying to get the tap-out win here. This might go against what Kyle O'Reilly asked for.
That's what I was just thinking. I mean, DiBiase, I don't know if he's doing it just to try to wear him out, or if he's actually going for the win there.
Smart. Look at that. He does the move and then brings in Orton. Harper could be out. Can he stop? Yeah, he stops Raven this time, but it's a 2 count.
Harper having that, showing that experience and still having that hunger to try to get himself, going again. He hasn't really been doing much recently, so he wants to try to get something going for him again.
We're going to have to try something here because Raven and Harper have been struggling. Anyway, quickly explain the main event. Yes, there is new hired muscle for Bobby Fish. We're going to see who it is in the main event. He'll be accompanied by Paul Heyman. Heyman asked anyone to step up to the plate, and Mr. Money in the Bank himself, John Cena, has offered to take up this challenge. We'll see who that man is in the main event. This interesting reverse Boston Crab has got the job done.
Yeah, look at that.
Harper submits. Orton will go through to the fatal 4-way.
I mean, I almost have to wonder if Harper and Raven will actually be doing anything heading forward. I mean, didn't exactly seem to work out too well there.
No, good work by Evolution though.
Yeah,
as per always.
They did show some good teamwork there and some good, some good continuity and all that. So I mean, we'll have to see what happens heading forward to see if they actually end up getting the tag title shot and actually end up trying to win the tag titles.
So far, we have James Storm. What's his name?
That guy, Scott Dawson.
That's the one. And now Randy Orton in the matchup. Who will join them next week? Will it be someone from RVD and Rhino, or someone from Enzo and Big Cass? We'll see next week. But right now, here comes Roman Reigns. Not in the best of stages on Friday Night SmackDown since making his return. Looking to try and get something going after his loss to Pentagon Jr. at Bad Blood. What do you got on Reigns?
I mean, yeah, he's exactly how you said.
Can that crow fuck off?
There's a crow just flying around this arena right now.
Sting!
But getting back to the topic at hand, he's definitely looking to try to turn things around right now because he's struggled. He didn't succeed in the Intercontinental Championship tournament, and then he failed at Bad Blood as well. So now he's trying to get things turned back around. And granted, if he wins tonight, it'll be Pentagon Jr. He'll be getting a reward out of it, not necessarily him, but still a win over the Intercontinental Champion can still get you right back into the title picture, just like that.
Exactly. Anything, and I think, no offense to Roode, but I would argue Reigns is still the favorite going into this due to Roode's more than questionable victories over the last month.
Yeah, but
especially the win that he had to win that title. But it's glorious.
But at the same time, you almost have to wonder if it's going to be that underhanded way that's going to help him out in this match, though, too. I mean, so far nobody's really been able to stop him from being that underhanded tactics.
Reigns has got some baggy camel pants on, might protect him from a low blow.
Maybe.
Bobby Roode heads towards the ring. This is a big fish. If he loses, imagine the type of match that Pentagon Jr. could pick. I'm not imagining one-on-one. That's not coming into my mind.
No. Pentagon Jr. is going to look for something that he's going to not only be able to do the most damage in, but at the same time he's going to look for a match that Bobby Roode won't be able to cheat to win. Like, he's not going to be able to, he's not going to look for something that Roode will be able to take some underhanded tactic and sneak with a victory.
I'm imagining potential no-holds-barred, possibly. Weapons. TLC, weapons. Extreme Rules, weapons. Last Man Standing, weapons. Anything with weapons, I've got in my mind.
I mean, I don't know though. Too, he also could do, he also could be thinking about a submission match. I mean, he's he's pretty good when it comes to submissions, especially with the arm. And what does Roode have? Roode doesn't really have any submissions.
He had a crossface back in the day,
but he hasn't been using that in months, so he'd have to break that out again.
No, he hasn't used that since he won the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about it, I just thought about it. 2016 has actually been a really good year for Bobby Roode.
Yes, it has.
WWE Champion at the start of it, and now possibly Intercontinental Champion at the end of it.
Well, I mean, still just Intercontinental Champion no matter what, whether he loses it before the end of 16 or not. That's still pretty good year. It's better.
And I mean, he won a tournament as well.
Yeah.
The tournament part makes it even better, and it's not like he had a bye. He went all the way. So
he even ended up beating the man who did have the bye.
Exactly. And he beat the man. He beat a man who could be #1 contender for WWE Championship next week. In Kyle O'Reilly.
That is true.
And meanwhile, Roman Reigns is kind of stuck.
Yeah, Roman looks like he's struggling a bit here.
Roman would be... I imagine... It's a question of if Roman wants to win. Does he want to help the man who beat him at Bad Blood, and does he want to help the man who he lost to and he can't get this opportunity for? Because I imagine if Roman Reigns won a Bad Blood, it would be Pentagon Jr. versus Bobby Roode right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, it's like I said when he was coming out over. It's also as he gets eliminated from the Royal Rumble. It's also that whole thing of if he beats Roode, yeah, it helps out Pentagon, but at the same time, it also puts him into the title picture.
Oh, we'll see. Survivor Series last year, Reigns always became a 2-time Intercontinental United States champion. Could he, with the win over Roode tonight, help him get towards Survivor Series and an Intercontinental Championship challenge there? Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, possibly, especially if Roode was to actually lose the title to Pentagon, you know, they'd still have that history between Pentagon and Reigns that would definitely help put him into the title picture as well.
Anything can happen. Reigns right now, though he's feeling some sort of momentum. He is getting somewhere at least. Roode, though, you've always got to watch out. He can be on the back foot as we saw in that Malenko matchup and then just seemingly hit you out of nowhere with a low blow. Glorious bomb, and it could all be over.
Yeah, that's what you got to watch out for with Roode.
Pulls away. Oh! Beautiful move.
This shot to the back of the head there. You can do some damage there.
Painful. I don't know if that was a forearm or an elbow. Oh, that's a nice belly to belly by Reigns there. Roode down on the mat right now and in a lot of trouble. Roman Reigns certainly certainly just trying to prove himself here. Using this matchup to try and get the win. No matter what.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying. Yeah, he knows that Pentagon could end up getting a reward for him winning, but at the same time, he wants to show that he's still somebody to worry about. He's still somebody to fear in this title picture.
What can... Oh, Roode now with some open strikes onto Reigns while he's on the ground. Roode got to try and get something going here because he's struggling a little bit against Roman Reigns, who punches him.
Well, you also have to think about it a different way too. If Roode actually does lose to Reigns here tonight, how bad would that look? Because Pentagon beat Reigns at Bad Blood, and then he loses to Reigns tonight. That would, that'd give Pentagon even more of an advantage.
That could be happening as Reigns nails the Superman punch. Roode could be down and out here. He lifted up to his feet. No, he's still reversing. Roode might be dazed, but he's still fighting back. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Yeah, I mean, at this point with Roode, it might just be second nature. Like, it might just be him just going into autopilot mode and trying to fight back right now. He still might be dazed.
This is one of the few people this year who have defeated Brock Lesnar. One of, what, 2 this year?
Yeah.
So, oh, he went for the spear, and a great counter by Roode. Countered it down into a DDT. Now what's Roode going to look for? Up against the rope. Oh my god, are we about to see what I think we're going to see?
Wait a minute.
Bobby Roode's going to fly! Oh my god!
Holy cow! Oh, right, you know what? That right there, that was glorious.
The glorious... Wow! He cleared it perfectly.
Yeah, that was a heck of a dive there.
The glorious one taking... literally doing whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
He's not capitalized on it. Should have got Reigns back in the ring immediately, and Reigns wants to return to the ring. Reigns could be a little bit dazed, though, from an unexpected 200-plus pounder diving on you.
Yeah, no kidding. He's definitely not known for his high-flying maneuvers, so that was definitely crazy to see.
On dazed, they turning him around again. Back suplex. Nicely hit onto Reigns. Oh, Roode looks like he's going to try and get his comeback maneuver going now. Quick punch. And another one. Reigns backing up here. Irish whip. Reigns counters it. Shouldn't have ducked down. And a big knee. Is Roode in control now?
Definitely looks like it right now.
Suplex, maybe his fisherman. No. Countered. Suplex reversal by Reigns. Is he looking to back up into the turnbuckle again? Yes, he is. He's looking for another Superman punch.
Is he going to hit it?
Roode staggered and hit with another one. Down goes Roode. And now to the other turnbuckle to finish off this match, maybe. Within seconds, Roman Reigns flips it on his side. Spear by Reigns.
I mean, that's got to be it. I think we might have just seen an upset.
Bobby Roode looks crumpled. Roode looks down and out, courtesy of that spear, as Roman Reigns just assisted Pentagon Jr. There's 2. There is 3. Roman Reigns victorious.
Well, there you go. Now Pentagon Jr. gets to decide the match at No Way Out. And Reigns looks good at a title victory over the champion.
It's like you said, how embarrassing is this for Roode now? Losing to the man that Pentagon Jr. beat.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely gives all the momentum in the world right now to Pentagon Jr.
What will this mean at No Way Out? I mean, we'll find out next week what kind of matchup Pentagon Jr. is going to decide. If I was Bobby Roode, I'd perhaps learn ways to run. I'd think about running.
Either that or
how to use a weapon.
Yeah, I was going to say how to deal with weapons or how to, deal with anything else other than a normal match.
Go back to your crossface, maybe. That might assist you, but
exactly.
We'll see what Pentagon Jr. decides next week. But now it is time for a big match. Triple threat. The winner and the person who isn't pinned will meet one-on-one next week. Kyle O'Reilly seeming very happy here. The people of Chicago giving this man a very welcoming response as O'Reilly, who picked up the win last week eliminating Dean Malenko, heads towards the ring. What is on O'Reilly's mind right now? What would you think would be on O'Reilly's mind?
Well, I mean, for sure, he's definitely happy that the team of Orton and DiBiase actually worked out well earlier tonight and qualified for the next round of that tag team tournament. But at the same time, he's looking to eliminate. He's confident after eliminating Malenko from this little mini tournament thing last week. So he's probably looking to try to eliminate somebody here tonight too, just to prove that he actually deserves the shot against Fish.
All right, well, he talked about eliminating people. Who do you think's going out?
You know what? I got to go with the one who I thought was going out last week, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, yeah. I mean, Samoa Joe, former world and WWE champion, but that has not meant much to Joe over these last 12 months, really. It's been a long, long road for Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I mean, that's been quite some time ago. He's been struggling since then to really make any sort of impact around here.
Exactly, it's not gone his way. Kyle O'Reilly is perhaps, I would argue, the hungriest superstar on Friday Night Smackdown just to capture a singles title, and more so to take it off the man who betrayed him nearly a year ago at this point.
Well, yeah, that's what I think it is more than anything else. It's he wants the WWE Championship, but at the same time he wants to be the one to take it from Bobby Fish, and we've seen that in recent months where he wants to make sure that he's the one that defeats Bobby Fish no matter what.
When I think about I think about O'Reilly trying to defeat Fish. I think back to the incredible matchup at WrestleMania. Really got it gone either way, down to the wire. With, of course, Fish still walking out as Intercontinental Champion. Then, of course, if O'Reilly was to win this, the stakes are even higher. WWE Championship, the most prestigious prize on Friday Night Smackdown. Here comes the man who almost won it at Bad Blood if it wasn't from shenanigans from Bobby Fish.
This is true. That's it's kind of the way you have to look at SmackDown, though, going back to the previous topic. It's kind of the way you have to look at SmackDown so far this year. It's been Bobby Fish kind of dominating SmackDown and O'Reilly playing second fiddle and trying to play catch-up, trying to get him, trying to get back into it and prove that he actually is better than Fish.
Regarding Bobby Fish himself, and regarding SmackDown, if I know this is off topic as anything, but if we were to do a random poll for Superstar of the Year, could you see Bobby Fish come out on top?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, I'd be surprised if it wasn't Bobby Fish. I mean, the dominant year that he's had here, you wouldn't even have to limit it to SmackDown. He's had one of the most dominant years of the entire universe, so it'd be hard for him to not end up being Superstar of the Year.
I don't agree with you there. So, in this matchup, even though it's only one fall to a finish, I somehow don't see the people in the ring realizing that, and I see numerous pinfalls and submissions being broken up.
Well, because they want to be the one that gets that momentum going. They want to be the one that says that, hey, I'm the one that eliminated this person from this little tournament.
So if you see Samoa Joe being eliminated, who is going to eliminate Joe? Who do you think?
Well, if we're going off of what it should be O'Reilly doing it, because he wants to continue to prove that he can go through anybody and everybody to get to Fish and then be the one that takes down Fish. Like, he wants to prove that there's nobody that can actually be better than him here on SmackDown. So, if in an ideal world, it should be O'Reilly beating Samoa Joe. But, I mean, like we saw last week, you never know what could happen. Nobody really, you didn't really think that Dean Malenko was going to be the first one eliminated for this whole thing, and then look what happened, so. The unpredictability.
Samoa Joe picking up a bat. Didn't take long for the weapons to arrive as Jake hits him with the bat. What have you got on the records?
Let's see here. Bex, I need that back. Give me the towel back. Okay. She was doing. I don't even. What do you even have pulled up on this tablet? What are you doing with this? All right. Well,
studying Oreos.
We've got this was it could have been Oreo stuff, but that's a different matter. Anyway. We've got Samoa Joe sitting at a record of 32-47.
Arrested!
We've got Jake Roberts sitting at a record of 18-15. And then we've got Kyle O'Reilly sitting at a record of 30-19.
Woo. So, momentum to O'Reilly going off records.
Yeah. Well, and momentum going to O'Reilly off of, being the one that actually got the pinfall last week, too.
I agree with you there. It's weird to think Jake's only had, 30-something matches in this universe?
Yeah.
Is that what was it? And he's a former world champion.
Well, because what happened is he came in and he made a quick impact. He quickly won the world title and quickly, was there for a while and then just disappeared shortly after losing it.
And it's good to see him back now, and as I said a few weeks ago when he came back, he doesn't look like anything has affected him over these last 2 years. In fact, he looks even healthier than when he left.
Oh yeah, he definitely looks like and he's even kind of proven it here, within the past month or so since he's returned over. He's proven that he can even still hang with the top people here on SmackDown.
My God, his body's been through hell.
He proved he hung with the top guy of SmackDown at Bad Blood, so much so that Roode that Fish had to get himself disqualified.
Exactly.
Yeah, good tactic there, O'Reilly.
Well, I mean, it could be catching him off by surprise, I guess.
I think the way I'm looking at this, the way Jake is acting in this matchup, as you can see there, he is literally acting like a snake. He is waiting in line. He's not jumping in for an opportunity. He's picking his moments, and I'm liking that. O'Reilly right now with his signature strike combination. Samoa Joe could be in trouble. Jake just watches on as O'Reilly unloads with kicks now into the chest of Samoa Joe. Goes for the cover. Jake stands back. Could this be Joe out? No, it's not.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jake's doing a smart thing. He's sitting back and, letting these two go at it because he knows that as long as he's, not the one being pinned or made to submit over, that he's going on to next week. So he doesn't have to actually get the pinfall or the submission. He just has to make sure that he's not the one that gets defeated.
He could just sit outside for the rest of the match, to be honest.
He could.
Just leave these two go at it. Because I don't think he cares about who's in the other match. He just wants that second shot at Bobby Fish.
But at the same time, I mean, it's Jake. He's never been one to back down from anything. So at the same time, he doesn't. He wants to prove that he can hang out. That he can hang with these
guys. Incoming DDT.
The best one in the business.
Down goes Joe. Just sinks into the mat. Yeah, O'Reilly, go on. You should have stole the pin then. Still should have steal the pin. All right, he's not thinking straight.
I don't know what's going on with O'Reilly there. That's a bit of a
Does he want to take Jake out just as a surefire? So when it comes, because he knows what Samoa Joe is like. These two met in the round of 16, remember, in that hard-hitting affair for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe he knows that of these two men, maybe he knows that Jake is the biggest threat to him at this point. So, because I mean, to be fair, he saw Dean Malenko as a big threat in the last week, and so he made sure he got him eliminated.
Joe might not be hanging on for much longer. Chasing the dragon.
Jake just sitting there watching
Joe could be out after everything. 2, 3. O'Reilly with another win. And those two men standing up right now will meet next week with the winner becoming the #1 contender for the WWE Championship.
Oh my God, what a match that's going to be next week.
But another win for O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Yet another win.
I mean, Evolution has been looking amazing since Kyle O'Reilly took over. They're in the next round of the tag team tournament, and now O'Reilly is one match away from being #1 contender for the WWE Championship.
Anything can happen here, to say the least. Will it be O'Reilly getting a shot at Fish to finish off Series 3, or will it be Jake to get his second match against Fish to prove once and for all who is the better man? I don't know, but as I said, speaking of Bobby Fish, we've got to find out who his new muscle is, and the man to find that out is going to be Mr. Money in the Bank, the man who could cash in on Bobby Fish whenever he pleases for the next, whatever it is, 10 months at this point. John Cena, set to do battle with this mysterious man.
And I mean, quite honestly, other than maybe O'Reilly or Roberts, who else perfect to go up against the new muscle? Because Cena is an outside threat to Fish's WWE Championship.
We'll see what it is. I genuinely can't guess as to who he would bring in. I mean, the way you look at it with Paul Heyman, he says big muscle. It could be one of the greatest technical wrestlers on the planet. You know?
Well, yeah.
You never know with Heyman's mindset.
Yeah, that could be true, but at the same time, Heyman's usually not one to say something like that. Yeah. Usually, if he says one thing, that means that it is. So then you have to start thinking about who out there could actually be big muscle. You have to start thinking about who he could actually be referring to, and that's kind of a short list.
I would have said Big Show, but Big Show's kind of not much big muscle considering everyone can beat him nowadays.
Well, and the fallout with Big E means that it won't be really him.
Definitely won't be Brock.
No, that definitely isn't happening. So I mean that list is gets shorter and shorter.
Alright, well, time to bring this to an end. Who has Paul Heyman brought in to protect Bobby Fish? Oh boy.
Oh, buddy.
And approaching the ring, accompanied by Paul Heyman, from Roode, Texas.
Well then. He's back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the longest reigning WWE champion in the history of this universe, Mark Henry, who dominated his way through the Raw division to become WWE champion within a month of joining it, and then went on 4 months of destruction. Henry was only beaten by pretty much one man in the entire time he was on Monday Night Raw, and that is World Heavyweight Champion Finn Balor. Mark Henry has been away for a year, and now he's back, and he's in the court of Paul Heyman.
I mean, that is a dangerous combination. You want to talk about the perfect man to provide muscle for Bobby Fish? You have to believe that Mark Henry. There's nobody who's going to be able to go after Fish now. Mark Henry will be able to stop any of them. I mean, even if Brock tried to go after Fish again, Mark Henry would be able to stop him.
You've got perhaps the best big muscle we've ever seen in this universe, defending perhaps the best superstar we've ever seen in this universe.
I mean,
Heyman must be the most smug man on the planet right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, you saw him when he was coming down to the ring. He was smug as hell.
The problem is, though, is that this is a good way to test Henry. But if it all goes wrong, What does that say about Mark Henry? He's been away for over a year. Is there ring rust? And with someone like Cena, who Henry has never even seen, because by the time Cena made his debut, Henry was gone.
Yeah, but I mean, look at what we've seen. Look what we're seeing in this match so far. I don't think Henry has any ring rust whatsoever. He is dominating right now.
Oh, good God. Cena in big trouble. Locked in the ring with an over 400-pound man.
I mean, can you even call him a man at this point? I think he's more of a monster.
Okay, this just muscles him. This is, I mean, this is the perfect opponent for Henry. Because if Cena tries to cash in and he looks like he's going to win, down comes Henry, out goes Cena.
I mean, you have to wonder at this point too if Henry's not even looking to try to win this match. He just wants to put Cena on the shelf. He just wants to make sure that there's no chance of Cena trying to cash in on Bobby Fish right now.
That is probably the smartest decision possible, and it's amazing to see this as well. Think about this. Fish.
Wait!
Oh my God!
Wrestling. Oh, he
not a sunset flip. Triple H has got to start learning that move. The thing is, you got to look in this way. Bobby Fish, in all essence, is 2.5 months right now into his WWE Championship reign. That's over halfway to Mark Henry. Mark Henry is going to assist Bobby Fish in overtaking his record. What kind of man does that say Mark Henry is when it comes to helping out Paul Heyman? Does that show that he is firmly in Heyman's pocket?
I would assume so. I mean, clearly Mark Henry...
What in the world is he? Oh my God, he just headbutted him in the ribs.
Clearly Mark Henry doesn't, maybe Mark Henry just doesn't care about his record as much anymore. Maybe he got offered enough money by Heyman to just say, screw it, I'll show up and just dominate people again. That's fine with me. I mean, that's kind of, yeah, he lost to Balor, and that's kind of what led to his exit. But to be fair, during a lot of the time he was here, it was because nobody could beat him. And so that's probably part of the reason why he left. And I mean, now maybe he feels like nowadays it's like more not necessarily trying to break a record, but more as just, fresh faces that he can just prove his dominance over again.
Okay, I know his Smackdown record wasn't the best, but what is his Raw record when Henry became the dominant man that he was? What is his Raw record?
Let me see.
Cena looks for the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Well, I mean,
not really going to daze Henry all that much.
Even though his Smackdown record hasn't been that great, overall he's still 27-15, and he was 18-4 on Raw.
Jesus Christ. That's a record. What was he on pay-per-view? Uh-oh, never mind. Scrap that. Henry, world's strongest slam. This put away nearly everyone on Raw. 1, 2, but it hasn't put away Cena.
I mean, you have to wonder if maybe there's a little bit of ring rust there when it comes to that move necessarily. Maybe he didn't put as much power behind it because he's not used to doing it as much anymore.
Fair point. Cena is still trying to strike back, as it sounds like my co-commentator's having a spasm over there.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to get this tablet working so that I can check the on pay-per-view. Mark Henry was actually 4-4, but I mean, you also have to think about that part of that was before that dominance streak. Because early when he first came here,
and I imagine those 4 pay-per-view wins came when he was dominant.
Yeah, I mean, when he first came here to the universe, however, it was a little bit slow to get him going. But then once he switched to Raw, that's when that dominance started.
Nice drop kick by Cena there. What has he got to look for? He's been on the receiving end of a beatdown by Henry. Oh my God, the strength of Cena.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't take anything away from Cena. He has great strength that can. If anybody can stop Mark Henry right now, it would be Cena.
This is a hard-hitting main event, to say the least. Cena now winding up a punch to Henry and sending him down. You can imagine Henry's still just as resilient as before, might be trying to goad Cena into making a mistake here. I mean, as we saw at SummerSlam, a coup de grace and a Bloody Sunday didn't do the job. So Finn Balor had to do the 2 moves at once to keep Henry down.
Yeah.
Bear hug stitched in here, squeezing the air out of Cena, trying to just suffocate him. Look at him; he's got him held up like he's made out of nothing. Just throws him down.
An interesting point to help argue with Cena being Henry's best opponent here, though, is Cena's actually undefeated since coming to SmackDown. He actually has not lost a match here on SmackDown. So if anybody's going to beat Mark Henry, it would be Cena. But at the same time, you know, if Mark Henry can easily prove that even Cena can't stop him.
Cena now gets countered. Big headbutt by Henry. Looking for a good. Oh my god, this is really fast paced here to say the least. Cena has him up. AA by Cena.
Oh my god, there's no way.
No, Heyman's got involved. Heyman distracts the ref.
I mean, that's the perfect combination right there too. It doesn't matter how dominant you may be in the ring too. If you have somebody on the outside like Paul Heyman, that just adds even more to it.
I still think he would have kicked out. I'm gonna say
well,
that.
yeah, I'm not saying he wouldn't, but it still helps to have Heyman on the outside no matter what.
Oh god, yeah. Look at this now. Cena just down and Henry just walking around him. What is it? A power bomb? Another? No. Oh, that's a backbreaker.
That's a Canadian backbreaker right there.
Oh, that is. Look at this. He's just slamming him down there. Cena must be in so much pain. Locked in this. Henry, like you said, he's just trying to break Cena at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's probably his goal.
Oh, Cena out of it.
That's probably his goal heading into this match. Like, Fish and Heyman probably told him, hey, don't worry necessarily about picking up the victory. Just break Cena. Make sure that there's no way he can try to cash in anytime soon.
Henry going to take a quick escape to the outside here. This is not where you want to be.
I don't know if
it's
an
like
escape.
Heyman.
I don't know if it's an escape. I think Mark Henry just wants to do more pain on the outside. Even if he is... He sent him
into the announce table. That's the upper hand, and now Heyman just stares at Cena. Look at him. Cena. I don't think Cena knew where to go. They go to the left and face Heyman, or go back in the ring and go up against Henry again.
Well,
look at this. Just throws him.
To be fair, Cena could probably take Heyman. But
yeah,
I don't know if you necessarily want to get that rage from both Henry and
no.
Bobby Fish.
Another bear hug. This could do it. Another bear hug for Cena. His back and his ribs have been used through so much pain in this matchup.
Yeah, those ribs
Cena trying. Cena taps out. Henry beats Mr. Money in the Bank.
Not only did he beat him, but he beat him by submission. He made Mr. Money in the Bank tap out.
That is a dominant return for one of the most dominant superstars in recent memory.
Heyman's got that smug look on his face on the outside because he knows that was the perfect man to bring back as the Muscle.
Well, this is. I can't put this into words aside from how incredible this is. Look at how smug Henry looks now. He's happy about the job he's done. And I imagine Fish, whether he's backstage or at home, has got to be incredibly impressed with Mark Henry's performance, and to have a man like this on your side as well, with virtually no threat of taking that WWE Championship away from you. Can anyone stop Bobby Fish right now?
I don't believe so.
Well, that is a perfect combination. Congratulations to Paul Heyman on thinking tactically there. That is going to win this episode of us. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.